You know, when we think about reproduction, we usually picture this massive, chaotic race to the finish line, right? Millions of competitors, just one winner. But it turns out there's this whole other secret journey sperm has to take before they're even allowed to get to the starting line. Okay, let's dive into this hidden story.
So that brings up a really basic question. Are sperm just, good to go the second they're created? Do they roll off the assembly line fully formed and ready for action?
The answer to that is a hard no, not even close. A freshly made sperm cell, it's actually pretty useless. It can't swim properly, and it definitely can't fertilize an egg. Its real journey is actually just getting started.
To get mission ready, these brand new sperm cells have to go through what is basically an intense training program. You can think of it as a secret boot camp or a kind of sperm maturation academy.
And this boot camp, it has a name. It's called the epididymis. Now, this isn't just some holding tank. It's a super long, tightly coiled tube that creates this highly specialized environment where sperm go through their most critical phase of development. It is an active, intense training ground.
And the transformation that happens here is just incredible. A sperm cell enters the epididymis like a raw recruit. Totally green, can't really swim, has no idea how to fertilize an egg. But when it comes out the other side, it's an elite operative, fully mobile and armed with everything it needs for the mission.
And get this whole process isn't quick. It takes 1, sometimes 2 full weeks for a single sperm cell to make its way through the epididymis. That amount of time alone tells you just how much detailed, complex work is happening inside. So what exactly is going on for 2 weeks? Well, a huge part of the training is about picking up essential cargo. It's like they're being issued mission-critical gear right before being deployed into the field. While they're in there, sperm get loaded up with this biological care package. It's got proteins that act like a supercharged engine, giving them the power to swim. It's got other proteins that are basically tools for breaking through the egg's defenses. But they also pick up something a little more mysterious. These tiny things called small RNAs. And these might be carrying a message we're only just now starting to figure out. Okay, but how does this cargo actually get to the sperm? The body has this unbelievably slick and precise system for it. It's like a microscopic Amazon delivery service operating with perfect logistics.
It all happens in 4 key steps. First, the cargo gets packed into these tiny bubbles. Then, those bubbles are released, and they find and dock onto a sperm's surface. After that, the bubble actually fuses with the sperm's outer layer, and finally, boom, the payload is delivered right inside the cell. It's just a mind-blowing feat of microscopic engineering.
The best way to picture it really is like a spaceship docking with a space station. This is not a random collision. It's a controlled, highly targeted process that makes sure the right gear gets to the right sperm at the right time. So, the package has been delivered. The proteins get to work right away, powering everything up. But those mysterious small RNAs, they travel all the way up to the sperm's head where all the DNA is kept. And they just wait.
And this is where the story gets really, really interesting. Because this whole cargo system, it suggests that sperm are carrying way more than just a simple DNA blueprint.
Let me be crystal clear here. This entire process is absolutely essential. Without this cargo, sperm just plain don't work. They can't swim, they can't fertilize. The whole boot camp is non-negotiable for fertility. But let's go back to those small RNAs, just waiting in the sperm's head. Scientists now think they play a key role in something called epigenetics. Now, that's a fancy word, but it just means a process that can influence how an offspring's genes get used, which ones get turned up and which ones get turned down, all without changing the actual DNA code. Here is a fantastic way to think about it. Imagine the DNA is a giant blueprint for building a house, while epigenetics and maybe these small RNAs are like sticky notes left all over the blueprint by the architect. They don't change the blueprint itself, but they give extra instructions, like build this wall twice as thick, or ignore this window here. In that idea, that leads us to a final thought that is just so profound, it could completely change how we think about what a father passes down to his kids. So this is the big, mind-bending question we're left with. If a father's life, his diet, his stress, his environment can change the sticky notes, or the small RNAs, being made in his body, could those instructions then get packaged up, loaded onto his sperm, and delivered to his child? Could a father's experiences leave their mark on the next generation before it's even conceived? It's a question that could literally redefine inheritance, and one that science is only just beginning to answer.